let's go to page. Wait, I thought I had it. Let's look at page 18. You're going to notice that those pages that we just recently did in the packet, I got them from this book, so you're going to see recognized problems. But I'm looking at page 18, number 10. Somebody want to read it instead of me? John.
After the heavy rainfall, the water level of a river swelled to the edge of its bank. Any more rain could cause a flood. After a few hours, the river went down a fifth of an inch. Then another storm developed. An additional 1/4 inch of rainfall was recorded, and the level of the river rose by 1/20th of the amount of rain that fell during such a storm.
So we read it the first time. A lot of it went over some of your heads because you were focused on something else. So we have this rainstorm, right? And it's making the river rise and fall. Well, it's making it rise. We had two storms. You had the storm, the river rose. We don't tell us how much, but it says after a while it went down a fifth of an inch. After more rain, it went up a fourth of an inch, and it rose a 20th of what fell the first time. So thankfully for you, they already made the expression for that. It says use the expression -1/5. Well, that should make sense because it went down a fifth. Plus 1/4 divided by 20/1. There's your complex fraction. So how are we going to go about figuring that expression out? Where do we start, Kayla?
But did they already kind of with the book because in the problem it says 1/20th and it says 20/1. So did they already flip it?
Why did it change it to 20/1? An additional 1/4 was recorded and the level of the river rose by. Okay, I think the reason, without worrying about why they did this, it said 1/20th of 1/4. Okay, 1/20th of what was before. Of means times. So 1/20th times 1/4 is the same as what they have written there. So it's kind of, to answer your question, they didn't misprint the question. They just rewrote it in probably a way that I wouldn't have written it, but it is correct so far. And they did not already do something. No. Okay?
So do the problem.
So how do you start part A? Braden?
First you have to do 1/4 times 1/20.
Okay, everybody do that. You can do that right in the little box there. 1/4 divided by 20/1, which Braden just says 1/4 times 1/20th. And Braden, tell me what you get when you get it.
1/80.
1/80th, right. Good. Take it from there, somebody. Ryan?
Then you call on Brady.
Too late.
Okay. So once you have 1/80th, then you try to add that to -1/5.
So -1/5 plus 1/80th. What's our common denominator going to be?
It's going to be 80.
80.
So it's 5 times 14,
Close.
15, 16.
We're not on Price is Right.
Okay.
Which one you want?
5 times 16,
Yes.
and that then you do 1 times 60,
Mhm.
like that, so if you have 16, you have negative 16 eightieths, and then you add 1/80th to that, which makes it, it's basically 16 minus 1, and then 15/80th, and then you have to make that negative, and then you can simplify that more. Divide it by 5, and then like 16. 3/16.
I'm with him, This is what he said so far. Now he's on dividing by 5?
Yeah, and then it's 3/16.
And it's what?
3/16.
Negative, right?
Yeah.
Good, okay. Now, as you were talking, I have a feeling you lost some of your classmates. So, what he said was, common denominator of 80, right?
Yeah.
5 times 16, so 1 times 16, and it was negative. Negative 16 plus 1 is negative 15. Denominator stays the same. Sorry, I was checking calculation. And then he divided them both by 5 to reduce them. Grady? Hand up? No? Emma?
Don't you have to divide 1/4 divided by 1/20th?
We did that. That's what Braden did, remember? 1/4 divided by 1/20th, I'm sorry, 1/4 divided by 20 over 1 is the same as 1/4 times 120. And to clear up a little bit more what Kayla asked, you know, in the problem it was 120. If I was doing this problem, I would not have written the way that they did in part A. I would have said, well, 1/20th of means times, the previous day, which was, or the second storm, which is 1/4. So I would have written 120 times 1/4 to begin with, but I think they're just trying to capture the idea of the complex fraction. So going back to part A, use that expression to find the change in inches of the water level of the river. So part B, did the second storm cause a flood?
Yeah.
Come on,
No.
think carefully. Look at my answer. What's my answer?
Negative.
Negative 3/16.
Yeah.
William?
No.
How come?
Negative.
It's negative, it went down.
Yeah.
Okay, it went down 3/16.